Hello and welcome to another video. Slightly different video this week. I'm outside, I'm doing some gardening, so I'm a bit dirty, but I'm going to have a look to see if I can repair some boots that I've had many years. They're very cheap. They're not worth spending a lot of money on sending to a specialist repair shop or boot repairer. Come along and watch the video and see if I can repair these boots using this rather different technique and rather different material. That's what I should really say. And I've used this material for other things, but it's got totally different uses then. So come and see if we can repair these boots and see if they're any good. And all for the price of a tube of this material. So here we are. I've come into my workshop now, and this is a close-up of the boot. These were cheap Zalando boots that I bought, oh crikey, probably 10 years ago. They were classed as a unisex boot. They went right up to a man's 12. One of the first, taller black boots I ever saw on Zalando. They are, strange that they are made in Vietnam. That's nothing against Vietnam. They've not had a lot of wear, and particularly the last 2 years, because what with everything going on, I haven't been out, to wear these kind of boots anywhere really. And you often find shoes and boots deteriorate just sitting in your wardrobe or wherever you keep them. A lot of these modern, materials and some of the rubbers can draw moisture in, and wearing them tends to, keep them aired and keep them dried out. So you can have a lot of problems, with shoes. And if you can see what has happened, the sole there has split away from the upper. Now, it wouldn't be worth taking these to a shoe repairer. They were relatively cheap. As I say, they're 10, 11 years old. So, as I say, what we're going to do, we're going to initiate a repair on these using this CT1 mastic sealant adhesive. Call it what you like. I've used it with great results on other things, and never shoes at all. But so we're going to try it. I think the first thing I'm going to do is just put a little bit of tape round there. Because this mastic is black, it can be very messy, and I don't really want it to mark. There again, they're old, but once you get mastic on anything, like the leather here, or I think it's faux leather, but whatever it is. So we're going to just sort of mask that off a little bit there. So I'll get on and do that. So there's our tube of CT1, I should say, and this is black. You can get it in clear. I think you can get it in white. I think it may be available in other colours as well. And there are proper shoe repairers that are using this on the kind of moulded rubber shoes to fill cracks in soles. I might put a link to a video below to show you that there actually are proper shoe repairers using this stuff now. And so anyway, we'll put this in a mastic. I'm going to use it in a mastic gun, and this has been opened. I'm hoping it's all right. It's been kept in the warm. Obviously, when you open, any kind of adhesive sealants or mastics, it shortens the shelf life. But so I've got my mastic now coming out of my tube again. It is slightly just, where the air gets to it on the end there, and I've cleaned it out and it's fine in the tube. So basically all we've got to do is, if I can hold this open with something for a minute or two, slide that through without splitting it too much anymore. I just don't want to do any more less damage than I have to. And then all I'm going to do is take my mastic gun and stick in there and give it a good old Then we'll stop the mastic gun. Yeah, that seems to have got a nice good bit in there. If I could just get a little wee bit more in on that angle there. Not the easiest of places to get to, as you can see. You've got to sort of just angle it in a bit. Right. What I'm going to do is, I've got a clamp here, as you can see. It's one of my woodworking clamps. If we draw that back, there, and if your boots and shoes you're really worried about, you know, you could put a bit of cloth there, but as I say, these are old boots and I don't think this is going to hurt them too much. What I'm going to do then is clamp this up as best one can, like so. And then, although it looks very squashed at the moment, we're not too worried about that. You can see there's some mastic cut squeezed out, which is what we're trying to achieve there. Keeps dropping off on the... Let's go back and get it tight again. There we go. That's really nice and tight there now. Not overly tight, but it's just holding the upper onto the sole again. And this CT1 is waterproof, so this will be, I mean, if this adheres and sticks well, which I'm confident that it will, this, you know, this will be a waterproof seal there. So now it's just a question of leaving that to cure. And whereas you perhaps don't have to leave it clamped like that, I would say leave it at least a day, possibly 2 days, to really cure. This does, you know, as I say, we'll come back and see how successful this has all been when that's cured. And I mean, it's as simple as that, you know. As I say, we can there again, we really want to peel the tape off as soon as possible, because that could, you know, leave some marks on there. There again, if they're really expensive boots, you know, and if they're really expensive boots, you'd be taking them to a shoe repairer, or, you know, and these are really a more throwaway type boots that just, this is a way to see if we can repair them and, you know, get them lasted, you know, a few more years even out of them. I have every faith in this stuff, because other things I've used it for, it's worked perfectly, so I can't see it not working like this. So anyway, that's it for now. We shall come back. Obviously, you'll see this all as one video, and we'll come back when that has cured, and I'll let you know how it's gone on. Well, it's now been 48 hours, and I've had the boot clamped. After about 12 hours, I took the clamp on it, you know, because I was a bit worried that it might damage it a bit, but it doesn't look as though there's a mark there, but I'm sure we can polish that off. So I'm now going to pull the tape off that I put on, just to preserve the, obviously, so I didn't get any of the CT1 mastic adhesive on the actual upper part of the boot. And it's just a question, this will pull out, I'm sure, okay. There we go. And if we come round there, it's just a question of removing that. We can polish any marks off there, I'm sure. I mean, it is absolutely, you know, stuck it amazingly. There is no movement there. You know, I'm not going to wrench it, because, as I say, this does take a long while to cure. I have had it inside in the warm. I should probably just tidy that up along that edge, and cut that there where it's just, you know, just come out the top a little bit there. And I'm really delighted with that. I mean, it seems so solid, you know, as I say, I can really feel, you know, it was flopping about before, but that has really stuck that fast, you know. Obviously, I'll try them and see how it goes, but it looks to me like a very effective and, as I said, waterproof repair, because this stuff is very much waterproof, and a cheap, you know, quick way of repairing any cheap shoe that you don't really think is viable to take to a shoe repair or boot repair person. So we'll see how it goes. I'll tidy them up and I'll cut that bit off there, trim that off, and then give them a clean up, and then put them on and have a walk round with them. So the boots seem fine. I'm really pleased with the repair. I put them on and they feel very comfortable still, and I'm delighted. So there you go. If you've got a pair of shoes or boots and you've got the similar sort of scenario, or you've got a split sole across some of these rubber soled shoes that split, it's certainly worth trying this CT1 adhesive or sealant, or call it what you like, but it really has worked with these, as I say. And I think the key is to let it really cure, give it 48 hours or longer to really cure. But I'm delighted, and the boots feel great, and it's given them a little bit more life, hopefully, and we'll see how they go anyway. And as always, thanks for watching. Please do think about subscribing, like or comment, and we love hearing from you. And we'll catch up with you with some more boot videos very shortly. Until then, bye for now.